Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm totally off my head. I've come out in the rain to do some rain photographs on a wooden pier, an old Victorian pier in Ryde, and I brought with me the Bronica ETRS camera and also a roll of KOSMA photo that was kindly sent to me from the guys at Cool Film. Guys, if you're watching, thanks very much for sending me this roll of film. Nice surprise, thanks a lot. I've also got with me a plastic bag to put over the camera because it is raining, and also my light meter as well, and a cable release because only 100 speed film. It's pretty dull overcast, so I'm going to be shooting some lower shutter speeds or slower shutter speeds over on that pier over there. It's early in the morning, so there's commuters, but on the way up here I didn't see anyone with umbrellas. Obviously everyone's just, I don't know, maybe umbrellas have gone out of fashion. Ain't fashionable anymore to have an umbrella in the rain. Not for me, I can't have an umbrella. I've got all this gear with me. I want to stick an umbrella over me and try and shoot cameras as well. No, that ain't going to happen. They're not my welly boots, there is. Cheers, mate. And I ain't got me welly boots either, I've got my trainers on. What a surprise. I'm hoping today to get some reflections. I've been waiting to do a shoot like this for some time, also getting the time to do it as well, and I suppose the energy and enthusiasm. And last night I knew it was going to be raining heavily, and today I thought, okay, I'm going to take a chance and try and get these photographs in the bag. So yeah, down with rain, I'm going to go out there and try and get some reflections on that pier over there, which has got wooden planks, so hopefully I'll get some nice reflections going on. Let's load the film inside this camera. There's the KOSMA film there, comes in this little funky, what is KOSMA? Hang on, what is, well, there goes the GoPro. I've got a little app, not an app, a website on my phone, the Big Film Index, and if you go on there and you type in all your films, or whatever you're shooting, it will generally give you the suspected emulsion, because I don't know if KOSMA's got their own lab or factory. KOSMA Photo Mono 100, suspected manufacturer is Fomapan. So maybe it's a Foma 100 film, I don't know. But it's film, it's got emulsion, it's got silver on it. Let's just go and shoot it. And it's early in the morning as well, so like I said, all these commuters are coming in and out. They come up here to grab the boat that takes them over to Portsmouth, where people are probably working or whatever. So at the moment it's 8:30 in the morning, and these boats are every half an hour. So I'll have small windows where I can get photographs of the pier when there'll be no one on it. And that's what I'm hoping for anyway. All the way to frame number one. Whenever I've gone out shooting in the rain, I just used a plastic bag over the camera. Unfortunately, I haven't got a lens hood for this lens, so I'm going to have to be careful not to get a couple of drops of rain on the lens itself. But if that happens, you know, it might just add to the effect, and it's not an excuse. It's like, okay, if it happens, it happens. I'll try not to, but if it does, it might look pretty cool. So my intentions are get over there, just take. Well, I've only got 15 shots on this camera. I'm not going to get too crazy creative or nuts. I'm just going to get some nice photographs of reflections of the pier. Get back, develop the film, and then see what we can do in the darkroom. I've got this. I've already got an idea in mind of the pier to just go in the darkroom with a nice negative, make a print, and vignette the out of it. So you know, that's what I'm hoping for, is kind of like a vignetted print I'm going to do in the darkroom, which will involve burning the edges around the paper when I'm in the darkroom to make a vignette. So yeah, let's see what happens. Nice simple little camera. I've got the Mamiya RZ67 that I do like bringing out with me. It is quite heavy, but this little thing is nice and light for this sort of photography. So let's see what we can do. We've also got a cable release as well, and a tripod. Like I said, I'm going to be coming down the shutter speed, so I won't be able to hold them handheld, and I'm fully weatherproofed up. So while I'm sitting in this old Victorian shelter on the pier, I'll just tell you my setup, real easy. The KOSMA 100 film, I've already done my metering, the lighting ain't going to change, I've just done some incident readings. It's giving me F11 at 1/15 of a second, so that's great. As long as the sun don't come out, I'm pretty good to shoot with that, and I haven't got time to be flapping around with the light meter, you know, because this car's up and down on this pier and it's raining as well. I've set my focusing to zone focusing, and I'm pretty much guesstimating my compositions as well. Quickly looking through the viewfinder, but not too much. Don't really want to get the camera wet. I've got a bag over it, little tiny hole for the cable release to come through. Pretty simple stuff, so the camera's not getting wet. I am. This is hilarious because I've plotted up next to the speed sign. All the cars are coming down really slow, and they're like looking at me thinking I'm got me cameras. They think I'm some sort of speed gun merchant trying to catch them out and get them a fine or something. I feel a bit guilty really. Oh, speeding 10 miles an hour maximum. So I don't know how many I think I took about 7 or 8 pictures there. Very fast, very quick in succession as well. I'm getting soaking wet, so I don't want to stick around too long and try and, like I said, get too creative. Hopefully the compositions and stuff are okay. So I don't know, I've got about another 4 or 5 shots left in that camera. Let's drive on the way home now, see what else I can get. That is pretty much what I wanted to get, was the pier in the rain and all them reflections. See how they look when I get back. But, I'm going to drive back, see if I can see anything else along the way. If not, I'll burst off the rest of the frames at home, get developing and see what the negatives look like. And before I go in the darkroom, I'll just show you a simple scene that I shot the other day indoors and put it out on my Instagram page, and Ilford also regrammed it as well. It was just this light switch here, and I liked the way, it was a really bright sunny day, and I just liked the way that the light was coming into the front room, and I saw it and thought, well, I'm going to take a picture of that. And then while I was at it, I went off and took pictures of other things where light was shining around the room, but nothing really sort of struck as nice as this simple little tiny light switch here in the shadow, which was coming underneath this picture frame of a cow that I shot ages ago. And up there is where the light was coming from that skylight, real bright sunlight shining down, and it just casted these nice shadows across here. It was just as I walked past it, I thought, God, that'll look nice. I took a picture of it. Simple stuff. Sometimes it's the simple things that you see make nice photographs. So I'm in my darkroom and I've developed the negatives. They've come out really nice. I'll tell you more about that in a moment, but I'm just about to DSLR scan my negatives using the Veloy 360 holder and advancer. And once I've done that, I'll be able to show you guys what the pictures that I've taken, and also I'm going to make a couple of prints. So stick around, see what we do. So these are my negatives here that I developed in XTOL, 1 part to 1 part. That was for 8 minutes, and they've come out really nice. And like I said when I was making the video, I just used zone focusing. I kept everything simple, so I set the aperture to f11, set my zone focusing from anything, I think it was between 2 meters and f11 or infinite. I was going to get everything in focus. So these are the negs I've come back with, and they look quite nice. So you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the pier, and then one more at the end of the pier where the train tracks are. And I was just getting too wet, and I thought, well, I've already got what I wanted, which was the pier in reflections. And then I came home and just did a couple of photographs around the trees just to use the rest of the film up. But these are the ones that I'm really interested in, and I quite like the look of the reflection of this man here walking along the pier, depending whether I choose the one which I've purposely composed near the railing, or the one away from the railing. So I've just composed the negative just inside the 10x8 easel that I've got here, just showing slightly the rebate edge, so it's completely full frame. Just checking the grain, the focus. Very fine grain. There's very fine grain on this. That surprised me. Okay, but it is a 100 speed film, KOSMA or foam or whatever it is. It's real fine grain in that XTOL 1:1. So I've got my focus. All I need to do is a quick test strip and see where I need to go. I think it's a pretty simple print to do, but I'd still want to try and do a little tiny bit of vignetting, like I said, and see if I can pull the center of the image out more, make it pop. So let's just put my aperture down about f8, and we're going to put a contrast 2.5 grade filter underneath there. There it goes. Okay, let's see what we can do. So these are 3 tests that I've made. The first one was increments of 2 seconds, like I showed you with that little Jessup's machine. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I looked at 12, I thought that looks probably better. So I went 2.5 grade filter, 12 seconds, a small 5x7 print there, and that looks quite nice. I just then wondered what split grade would do. So I went contrast 0 for 6 seconds, contrast 5 for 6 seconds, and it's just, you know, it hasn't really done a great deal. It's just sort of made the ground pop a little tiny bit more, maybe. I'm thinking grade 2.5 filter straight at 12 seconds is going to be the best job for me. And then of course I've got to try and vignette that in. So let's put a big piece of paper in there, do 12 seconds, and then I'll do another one and see what the vignette looks like. So that's my full-size print there, 10x8. That's okay. I'm just going to try a little bit of vignetting just around this area here and try and burn so the middle of the image just kind of pops a little bit more. So I'm going to maybe exaggerate it more than I should, but just out of interest to see what happens. So in goes another piece of paper. There's me dodging tool there that I'm going to use to vignette just up against the lens, and it will start vignetting the whole print around the edges. Let's do that 12 seconds first with a contrast 2.5. There she goes. Okay, now time for the vignette. So I'll just place the dodge tool underneath. I'll turn the light on, I won't time it. I've covered the whole print for now. I'll just start bouncing it up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Coming right down to the middle now. Let's see how that looks. Let's give it enough time. So there's the 2 prints that I've just done. That one is unvignetted and this one is, as you can see, is vignetted, the one I've just done. And you can see it just makes the middle area here pop a little tiny bit more where I was covering that up. That was kind of like my initial thought, but I do like it, but I just feel it's gone a bit too hard around the edges, so I might have to try another one. I think it's going to work, but I'm going to have to try another one with less time. So this is about 15 seconds bouncing around. Maybe just do about, I don't know, 7 or 8 seconds and see how we get on. But I do like where I'm coming from here, and maybe just dodge this area during that first initial 12 seconds just so I can make that the reflection, the water there on that wood of the pier just pop a little bit more, just go a little bit lighter grey. Let's see where I can get on. So we'll try that again, 2.5 filter, 12 seconds. This time I'm just going to stop light, get into that middle section, just round there, just a little tiny bit, just to try and lighten it up in the print. And then we said burning around the edges this time, around about 8 seconds. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and off. See how that looks. Okay, so this is the vignette print going on. You know what, I'm still not sure though whether this is the print I actually like. It's the first negative that I'm working on, but I'm not sure that I really need that geezer walking along the pier with his rucksack. I don't think it does anything for the photograph that I've taken, to be honest with you. I've got a lot of reflections going on, a lot of stuff going on, but then it seems to work. I managed to snap it just right as well, just as he's over that right hand side of the frame. I feel that worked quite well, but I don't know, we'll see. The vignette's certainly starting to work. So that's the one I've just done. You can see the area here. I just dodged a little tiny bit in the initial first 12 seconds, and then I did the vignetting a lot less longer than the last one, and it's come out far more pleasing than the last vignette, and I think it's also come out far more pleasing than the original one without the vignette or any dodging on this area. So I'm quite happy with this. The only thing is I've got one little spot where I didn't waft the paper. Somehow that's got onto the paper there, see it? Then I might have to do a reprint. So that brings me to the end of my darkroom session. Those are the 3 prints that I made from the shoot this morning. Those prints, guys, are going to be going on my Etsy page, so if you want to support the channel, grab one of those prints. I'll put the link in the description of this video. Pretty easy prints to make, just simple 2.5 grade filter. I didn't need to do all the vignetting, but it was a bee I had in my bonnet and I wanted to do it, and I think they look better for doing a little tiny bit of vignetting and making the centre of the image pop where the reflections were on the pier. It's horses for courses, it's what you like. I liked it and that's what I did. And as for the print with the little guy, well, little, he's probably taller than me. As for the print with the guy walking across the pier, he looked little compared to the pier. As for the print with the little tiny guy walking across the pier, he looked alright. With a little rucksack on, rubbing it away. I like that one. It caught his reflection, you know, but it doesn't float my boat as much as some people like to have people in their pictures. I prefer the other 2 where there was no people in, but like I said before, horses for courses is what you like, isn't it? Maybe it does complete the frame, a guy walking. If he was walking the other way and his face was recognisable, it definitely I wouldn't have even bothered printing it, but because he had his back to me, you can't distinguish who the guy is or what he is. You know, probably an Ewok or something, but he's walking off. He looks alright, and I'm glad I finally got out and shot that pier in the rain. It's something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. Went out and shot it. They come back really nice. So I'm happy with the film, happy with the prints, happy with the shoot, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope your best team wins. If you're watching the Euros, England are playing tonight. Can't wait. Come on, the boys. I'll catch you next time.